Hey, how's it going, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. Excuse me. And I am your host, TomDog247. As always, I'm Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Ooh, baby, alright, so we got a crazy show here today. It's going to be pretty interesting, to say the least. And we got a lot to talk about. So much to talk about. Some that I didn't even mention in the some that I didn't even mention in the description. And so we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So with that being said, let's do the shout outs, the plugs. Well, not really the plugs anymore because there's nothing to plug. So yeah. But the shout outs and the sponsors and all that good shit that we do each and every week. Why? Because that's pretty much how I roll. So, yeah. Big shout out to my good buddy Josh over on Absolute Talk with Josh Albert. Check him out. He has a wonderful podcast. You can go to check him out. Go to iTunes. You can download the Podbean app. It's on Spotify. Check him out. absolutetalk.podbean.com. You can go on that website and you can check him out right through there. Definitely worth checking out. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. So, wonderful podcast. You'll love it. I have a couple other shout outs to give out too, but I'm going to do that later on in the show because it goes in conjunction of my visit to Horror Fest. So we'll leave those shout outs. We'll do another set of shout outs a little bit later on. Also, big shout out to Gamer Geeks and Gaming Pros and always forget that last one. Gaming Pros and Fandom Life. That's what it is now. You check them out on Facebook. We always have a good time, and you'll have a good time too. Just tell them Tom Dog sent you. And you'll have a good time with that. Also, hold on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. So, yeah. And, of course, big shout out to Marissa. How you doing? Hope you have a wonderful weekend. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You can trade in your old video games and consoles from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. If you happen to be in the Connecticut area and you want to check out this wonderful store, as well as the list of events that they have going on, and I have lint on my shirt, You can check out their so directions and a list of events that they have going on. You could check it out for yourself on their website at mjvideogamesandcollectibles.com. And this episode is also brought to you by the She Bean Brewing Company here in Connecticut, home of the Downright Up Left YB. Awesome beer. You'll love it just as much as I do. Wonderful place. Check it out on their website at shebeanbrewing.com. Or you can follow them on the social media apps, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And you can also download the Untapped app today. Do it right now. Do it while you're watching the show, while you're having a cold one, watching me in all his tomfolleriness. So, next week, September 28th and 29th, if you happen to be in Connecticut, you could check out the Connecticut Convention Center, because that's where the Retro World Expo is going to be at. September 28th and 29th. That is Saturday and Sunday. Connecticut, at the Connecticut Convention Center in Connecticut. You can, there's going to be, of course, vendors, video games, arcade and pinball, tournaments, toys, cosplay, guests, tabletop gaming, and music. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually going to check it out, because we're going to, a lot of cool stuff that's going to be there. And I'm actually going to check out the fun and excitement that is Retro World Expo. For tickets and information, you could follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, or you can check you can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Retro World Expo. Or for tickets and information, you can check out their website at retroworldexpo.com. And yes, next week I will be there. I'm going to check it out, shake hands with people, with guests and everything, and going to check the sights and the sounds that is Retro World Expo. So I'm gonna have fun there. So this will be my second convention this year. As you know, I went to Horror Fest. I went there last week, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. But first, we gotta address something. Guess what I saw in the store today? Mystery Oreos. There's a new bag of mystery Oreos. So they got a new mystery flavor, and I don't know what it is. Last year was Fruity Pebbles, so I thought that was pretty cool. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I'm gonna take out two of them. Actually, I'm gonna. Smells like graham cracker. Smells like graham cracker, but question is, will it taste like graham cracker? So we shall see. We shall see. So I'm gonna do the traditional twisting of the cookie, and it looks a little deformed, I know, because I twisted it off and it's a little soft. So okay. I do taste graham cracker. Oh shit! It just dawned on me. It just dawned on me that this is a good cookie. This is actually really good. Let's try it again. Yep, it's definitely graham cracker. But guess what it is? I think it tastes like Golden Graham cereal. I'm calling it. Golden Graham cereal it is. I'm calling it. It tastes like Golden Grahams. There's your mystery flavor. Golden Grahams. I got cream on my face. Oh, am I allowed to say that? I got cream on my face. Relax, YouTube. It was cream from an Oreo cookie. Sick perverts. That's right. All right, so yeah. If you have tried mystery Oreos for 2019, comment down below what do you think it tastes like. I think it tastes like Golden Grahams, but I could be wrong. So, but I'm not going to give that distinction to anybody. It's like, I mean, I'm not going to hog all the credit. So, I think it tastes like Golden Grahams. I just think that. So, okay. So, we have I went to, of course, last week to the Horror Fest. It was in Naugatuck last week, and it's actually going to be back again next year in 2020, and I'm definitely going to that. I already excuse me. I already said that I would be there and everything. So yeah, I met some really cool people. I really did. Before we do that, I do want to give one big shout out to an old friend of mine, who was also at the convention, and he actually signed the movie that he signed his movie that he was selling. My good friend Carmen Capabianco, he used to do shows. He used to do a show on Channel 13, where I came from, Sky 13, which was Fun Stuff with Carmen, and he's also done some movies in the past. One of them being one of my favorites is Galactic Gigolo. That's how I first came about knowing him. Was Galactic Gigolo, and then he was doing some shows at the studio, and I happened to check out the shows as well too. And he's really funny. He didn't really recognize me at first because it was so many years so long since he's been at the with Sky, and so yeah, it was a nice little reunion that we had. Sadly, I didn't take any. I didn't really take that many pictures, which I should have. But he did give me. I did. I did buy one of his other movies that he has, and I actually checked it out. It's called Psychos in Love. Um, it's actually a really good film. It's actually really funny. He also signed autographed it too here. Says to Tom, enjoy this movie about the little about the little fruits best. And so Carmen autographed that. So it was a great opportunity to see him, and that he was actually the reason why I went to Horror Fest. And but I actually met some other people as well too. Vicky Van Goth. Sorry, Vicky Van Goth. She sells some creepy dolls and everything, and they're very cool. They're actually very cool. And she also did some artwork as well too. And I will happen to show off the one that I got of hers. And this one was really cool. I actually like this. It's the Real Housewives of Oz. So yeah, that is really really cool. Very nicely done. Very nicely artwork right there. And she has some stuff. She also sells the dolls on Etsy, and you can follow her on Instagram at Vicky Van Goth. Big shout out to her. So it was really nice to meet you. Hope to see you at next year's Horror Fest. And then a really huge shout out goes to Super Retro Throwback Reviews. It's a podcast on Spotify. They were also there as well too. They did some interviews and everything like that. So a huge shout out to everybody over there. And they're actually going to be doing a live show over at Retro World Expo. So once again, a big shout out to them. I actually had an opportunity to have a little interview with them. They had an opportunity to interview me and everything like that. So I don't know if it's on this week. This week's I haven't finished listening to it, but check out their podcast. They're really cool guys. And you can also follow them on YouTube as well too. Super Retro Throwback Reviews. And so yeah, big huge shout out to them. And looking forward to seeing you guys next weekend at Retro World Expo. So a lot of local plus also a lot of local YouTubers is also there. So that's another reason why I'm going to be stopping by. So get to meet some local YouTubers aside from one that I know is a good friend of mine who does retro replay. So that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing some local talent there as well too, and plus also say hi to Super Retro Throwback Reviews. So it was a good time, really good time. I had a lot of fun. I tried to get my autograph with Doug Bradley, who plays Pinhead in the Hellraiser movies. However, there was absolutely no way I could get into that line. The line was wicked long, and I was like, wow. It was like, forget. I was like, between him and Tobin Bell, I couldn't, and he was also there too. He was also there from the Saw movies, and so yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough to get there. So, but yeah, I had a really good time. Had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to next year, where they have Will they do it? Or they're going to be doing it all again? So, Shane Gillis, he was supposed to be on Saturday Night Live. I say supposedly because he was supposed to be the newest cast member on for Saturday Night Live. However, he is not going to be able to join the new season. Due to some offensive, hurtful, and unacceptable remarks that surfaced. So this news is coming from Variety.com. So Saturday Night Live is cutting ties with Shane Gillis after talking with Shane Gillis, and a spokesperson from SNL said, "After talking with Shane Gillis, we had decided that he will not be joining SNL. We want SNL to have a variety of voices and points of view within the show, and we hired Shane on the strength of his talent as a comedian and his impressive audition for SNL. We were not aware of his prior remarks that have surfaced over the past few days. The language he used is offensive, hurtful, and unacceptable. We are sorry that we did not see these clips earlier and that our vetting process was not up to our standard." Gillis posted on his own statement on Twitter regarding NBC's decision on Monday. And it feels ridiculous for comedians to be making serious public statements, but here we are. I'm a comedian who was funny enough to get SNL. That can't be taken away. Of course, I wanted an opportunity to prove myself at SNL, but I understand it would be too much of a distraction. I respect the decision they made. I'm honestly grateful for the opportunity. I was always a Mad TV guy anyway. And we all know what happened to that show. Gillis was one of the 3 new cast members announced last week for the long-running NBC sketch comedy show's upcoming 45th season, but shortly thereafter, clips began circulating from Gillis's podcasts and other media, which he had repeatedly used racist, homophobic, and misogynistic language. In a widely shared clip from Matt and Shade's Secret Podcast, Gillis and co-host Matt McCluster are discussing New York's Chinatown when Gillis says, "Wow," I'm not going to repeat that. Wow. Holy Wow. 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 He also used homophobic language too. Wow. Yeah. So and sexist remarks as well too, which I will not repeat. So yeah. Okay. So Rob Schneider even shared his thoughts on the firing of Shane Gillis. So he posted this on Twitter. As a former so this is coming from Rob Schneider's Twitter. As a former SNL cast member, I am sorry that you had the misfortune of being a cast member during this era of cultural unforgiveness. where comedic misfires are subject to intolerable inquisition of those who never risked bombing on stage themselves. If you had bothered to read it, you know I was mocking the pomposity of people saying they wouldn't work with Mel. Research before tweeting. I think a suspension would be appropriate for someone who is part of an organization that said something terrible. Oh, excuse me. It wasn't one of those bullshit sneezes. I think a suspension would be appropriate for someone who's part of an organization that says something terrible in a podcast from a year earlier. An honest, sincere apology and also accepting it seems appropriate as well. Destroying someone does not. He then goes on and says that he felt sad when he saw the clip, but was even more sad that he went there and it wasn't funny. Just an ugly conversation. He has the right to say it. I'm going to stop right there, because not only do I have something to say about that, but I got to go blow my nose. By the way, could I get in trouble on YouTube if I blew my nose live? I just give my nose a blowjob. Oh man, I'm evil today. Cancel culture is wrong, but people have the right to call racist. Wow. Last thought on this. There's a difference between exposing truth through free speech and just being ugly. It's not okay saying racist things under the guise of comedy. Just because you have a mic on your hand doesn't make the racist things you say any less racist. Well, now remember, this is coming from a guy who has, in the past, done Chinese characters in movies. I mean, 8 Crazy Nights, where he voiced a Chinese restaurant owner. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. Didn't he play an Indian as well too? I mean, I'm just putting it out there. So, yeah. But yeah, but you know, I think SNL did the right thing and everything like that, because you don't want to get all this backlash and everything like that and everything. So so yeah, it's I mean it is sad, and at times you have to be very careful what you say nowadays. You have to. Whether you're on, whether you're doing a podcast or whether you're doing a show here, like kind of like this on YouTube, it's kind of difficult to. It's tough out there, And, I'm no comedian. I'm not a comedian. I just like making people laugh. If people think that it's funny, what I do on here is funny, then I'm glad I would get a chuckle. And one of my favorite moments is when I around the beginning of the year, I sounded like Donald Trump doing during that whole during that whole collegiate football team came over to the White House for some McDonald's and Burger King and everything like that. And I poked fun at that, and I thought it was funny as hell. It was one of my funniest bits I've ever done. Granted, it probably didn't get enough views on YouTube, but it was still funny as hell. And believe it or not, actually, my pitch to my episode, the one episode that got the most views this year is, believe it or not, is actually the episode where I pitched to Lauren Michaels my Donald Trump, my version of Donald Trump, because Alec Baldwin doesn't want to do Trump anymore. So I kind of pitched this. I did this bit where I pitched an idea to have me come on there to be the new Donald Trump voice, and everything. It was actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, that was actually pretty funny. But the one where I did the where I was talking like Donald Trump, making him sound like he was ordering where he had like a Happy Meal, did the whole did Donald Trump unboxing. It was a cheeseburger, some fries, and of course this thing right here, El Toro Loco. It was one of the most funniest bits I've ever done on this show. And I'm trying to make that into a t-shirt where there's Donald Trump right there, and he's like, "Viva El Toro Loco." so yeah. I forgot what episode that was, but when I do, I have to share it because that video, or maybe just that bit, because that bit was funny as hell. It's one of my all-time favorites of this year. But yeah, but it's different because I know I'm not doing any racist jokes, saying anything racist or sexist or anything else in that nature. But it's tough. You have to be careful what you say, because this is 2019. You have to be extremely careful, because you cannot slip on that banana peel. Because if you do slip on that banana peel, a lot of time people might be watching or might be listening, that sort of thing, and some people will look at that, will take notice of that and say, here's a pretty good guy that we could probably use full time. But then they go back and they say, oh, wait a minute, he did this. So, but no, but yeah, NBC, SNL, yeah, they were kind of tardy to the party. I mean, I understand, but they did what they had to do, and and people will disagree. There are some people that will disagree. I don't know why, but technically, I think they made the right call. So, you can't you have to be very careful. Like I said, you have to be very careful what you say and do. You know, you have to. I'm just saying. So yeah. Um. So speaking of NBC, and this is a doozy, folks. Now, you remember a couple weeks ago I talked about Netflix, and I talked about how what Netflix needs to do to stay afloat. Well, it's kind of taking into a crossroad. It's kind of taking into a rocky road right now because it looks like now Netflix could be in some trouble. It could be. I don't want it to be. I don't want Netflix to be in trouble financially, but it could hurt them. NBC just announced that they want to do a streaming service, kind of like what CBS is doing with their All Access. And CBS All Access, I mean, it's all well and good and everything like that, but it's too expensive. It's too expensive, to be quite honest with you. I mean, kudos for them to put some Paramount shows on there. I get it, but some shows that were on CBS, I get it. Kudos to them. But they got the new Star Trek show. They got a new Star Trek series coming in, and it's focusing on an older Captain Picard. And I kind of want to see, I want to see that. But it's going to be tough for me to watch because of the fact that I don't have CBS All Access. And I know that Star Trek Discovery is doing pretty good. I think they're on their second or third season. I gotta check that out. But they're doing good. And so, but it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough because it is, CBS Access is kind of pricey as well too. And I'm not going to talk about numbers here, but what I am going to talk about is NBC is getting into the streaming service as well too. And it could hurt Netflix. Because as you all know that Comcast Comcast has Netflix, and of course Comcast is also owned by NBC Universal. So you see where the problem lies, okay? So this is where the problem lies. And this is going to be very tough because of the fact that you have these episodes, you have these shows, plus they're going to be making some they're going to be rebooting a few shows. Punky Brewster, one of my all-time favorites when I was watching. I mean, the theme song is catchy as hell. But I forgot the lyrics. Saved by the Bell. They're going to be rebooting they're going to reboot Saved by the Bell. And some of the original cast will be a part of it. Not to mention, they're also rebooting Battlestar Galactica. And I don't know how I feel about that one because Battlestar Galactica was already rebooted and it was actually very well done. It was on the Sci-Fi Network and Sci-Fi Channel. So, yeah, and Sci-Fi has a streaming service as well too. So literally it makes no sense. It makes no sense for NBC to have a streaming service because there's stuff out there that you can watch on, and there's an NBC app you can download and watch. There's also NBC shows that you can watch on Hulu. There's some NBC shows that you can watch on that you can also watch on Netflix. So they're floating around, and plus also some NBC shows that you can also watch on Amazon Prime. So they're all over the place. I just don't understand why NBC is not bringing all those shows to Netflix, because there's already a streaming service for NBC to put shows on. You just got to put them on Netflix. And I said this once before that, which was one of my things. I wish I had the thing with me, because they actually, because I said it. It was, they need to start putting some Universal content, anything that's from NBC Universal, put that on there. Put that on Netflix. Why go through the hassle of having another streaming service run by NBC Universal when you already have one that's run by NBC Universal? You just did that merger with Comcast, and there you go. Netflix had that, you bought Netflix through Comcast, and you got that on there. So why do you have to put out another streaming service when you already have one ready to go? You just need to put content on there. For example, you're going to be putting in every single episode of Saturday Night Live. There you go. Put back all the NBC, all the Saturday Night Live content on there. Put in all that. Why get rid of that? Why put it on your own platform when you already have you have your own platform? You have Netflix. Throw in Knight Rider on there. I think Airwolf is also an NBC Universal production. Lou Ferrigno's Incredible Hulk. That's a problem, because I don't know if that's going to go. I don't know if the original Incredible Hulk series is going to go over to Disney, to the Disney Plus, because I know all the Incredible Hulk movies are going to be on there. So I don't know if the original show from the 70s is also going to go on there. So I don't know, because that was a Universal program as well too. So that's Universal pretty much, so yeah, that's gonna propose a problem. So I don't know what's gonna happen now. So this totally came out of left field, and they could be think of all the stuff that they could be putting on Netflix. You have the content, you have the stuff there, and now you want to go to your own streaming service where where DreamWorks is going to be going on there, from what I understand. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, Parks and Recreation. So this is the stuff that they announced on this. Um, Bold original dramas: Battlestar Galactica reboot from Sam Esmail, Doctor Death starring Alec Baldwin, Jamie Dornan, and Kristen Slater, Brave New World featuring Demi Moore, Armas de Mujer from the team behind Telemundo's hit La Reina del Sur. Okay, so there we go. So that means some Telemundo stuff is going to be going on there as well too. So that's pretty cool. Classic comedies from NBC and beyond. Parks and Recreation and The Office to run exclusively on Peacock. Additionally, 30 Rock, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Cheers, Everybody Loves Raymond, Frasier, Saturday Night Live, Will and Grace, King of Queens, and Married with Children. So that will be additionally. New original comedies from Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Lorne Michaels, Mike Schur, Ed Helms, Jada Pinkett Smith, Rashida Jones, and Tracy Wigfield. Comedy reboots: Saved by the Bell and Punky Brewster. Original movies: Universal Pictures, Focus Features, and DreamWorks Animation to create original movies for Peacock. Now, DreamWorks Animation are all on Netflix. That means Boss Baby, the Boss Baby series is on Netflix. Turbo, which they're going to finally add the movie in just a few days. Sometime next week actually. Or if it's already out now, I don't know. So yeah. The Trolls movie and show. The Groods. You see where I'm coming from here? Not to mention you have some Nickelodeon shows of Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon. So they're all over the place. So you see where I'm getting at, folks? Netflix has all that stuff, so why even bother NBC Universal to have your own streaming service? Unless, of course, you're dropping Netflix and it's going to put and you're just moving everything from Netflix over to your streaming service, which is going to be called Peacock. I mean, I get it. Your logo is a peacock. I get it. I understand. But why? Why? You should just put everything on Netflix. You already have the platform. Work with Netflix. You bought them, so work with them. Why would you get rid of something that you already have? Why? Think about it. If you want to reboot Battlestar Galactica, think about how cool Battlestar Galactica would be on Netflix. There's already Battlestar Galactica. You can watch the rebooted Battlestar Galactica and the original Battlestar Galactica on Netflix. Just think about what you could do with Saved by the Bell. You could watch Saved by the original. You could watch all the Saved by the Bell shows on Hulu. You could watch all the episodes of Married with Children on Hulu. You could watch Seinfeld on Netflix. You could watch Friends on Netflix. You could watch every single episode of the Office, including the British show where it originated from. You could watch that on Netflix. You see where I'm getting at? So having this streaming, so NBC, you have this stream, you already have something out there. Put all that stuff on there. Put all that stuff on there. You can watch Frasier. You can watch Cheers. Family Ties. I don't know. If not, it should be on there. News Radio. All these wonderful sitcoms. Kings and Queens was on CBS. I mean, really? Why would you go and put that on? Why would you go and put a new streaming platform on there? It makes no sense. Not to mention you could put all the movies that you, and I said this before too. Think about all the movies you've done from think about all the movies that was done on Universal. Think about that. Why isn't that on Netflix? You had all the Jurassic Park movies. Why aren't they on there? Why aren't they staying on there? You had the Back to the Future movies. Why aren't they still on there? Of course, you have Gremlins and the Goonies on there. Why not Gremlins 2? Of course, we all know that they're not, I mean, but they're from Amblin Entertainment. Even though they're done by Warner Brothers, it's still done by Steven Spielberg. So put that on there. Keep those on there. The King Kong movies. You have the King Kong movies on there. What about The Wizard? The 1990 film with Fred Savage. Why not The Wizard? I have a soft spot for The Wizard. I like that movie. I'm still trying to get 50,000 on Double Dragon myself. But if it wasn't for that movie, I would not be playing Super Mario Brothers 3. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm kind of bullshitting. If that movie didn't happen, I still would have played Super Mario 3. But it was a good marketing plan. Good marketing plan for them to show off Super Mario Brothers 3 in a movie that I gotta give Nintendo credit for that. I really do. It's like that was actually pretty top notch. But you see what I'm getting at though? It's like, why aren't these movies on Netflix already? Why not put all that stuff that you're doing? You could reboot. Punky Brewster. You can reboot Saved by the Bell and throw them on Netflix. Why not? They got Fuller House. Why? You need more room for Fuller House? And we don't know how long One Day at a Time is going to have left. I'm just saying. I'm a tumor. But you see where I'm getting at? It's like you have something out there. You have something there. Just put it on there. Just put it on that. I remember I used to watch I remember binge watching Saturday Night Live on Netflix. I remember doing that a long time ago. You can't do that now. Now I gotta binge watch Saturday Night Live on Peacock. I don't get it. I really don't get it, folks. I really don't get it. Well, Warner Brothers, looks like now you're the only one left. Start putting Warner Brothers content on Netflix. That's all I'm saying. Start merging. Because because Netflix, I'm telling you this right now, if you don't merge with a big name company, I'm telling you right now, you're going to cease to exist. Your buy rates are dropping because of the fact that your rates are too high. And you don't really have anything to show for it other than the fact that you constantly push original content. That you're constantly pushing original content. You need to not do that. You need to have a variety of everything. I don't mind you not have. I don't mind. Like I said this before, I don't mind the original content, but you need to take a break from that and put in some stuff that fans used to watch a long time ago. I mean, get a whole, do it, man. It's like even if you have to work with Shout Factory, do it, because hey, I would love to see the Super Sentai Power Rangers. I would love to see Super Sentai. I would. Every single episode. Just saying. Or you have all the, you have a lot of the Mystery Science Theater stuff. Why not throw in some riff tracks? I'm just saying, because, Amazon has riff tracks. I'm just putting it out there. But Netflix, you could be working with Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers, why aren't you doing anything? You have, work with DC Universe. Throw in all the DC content, get rid of DC Universe, get rid of it. No, actually no. Scratch that. Keep DC Universe, but bundle that with Netflix. Put Warner Brothers content on there. Bundle that with Netflix. And there you go. You have Warner Brothers streaming, you have a Warner Brothers streaming service. You have Netflix. You have access to Boomerang. You have access to Cartoon Network. You have access to all that stuff. At a competitive price with Disney Plus. You need to do something because Netflix, you have to understand this. You are hurting. You are really, really hurting now because now that the fact that because now that NBC Universal kind of went behind your back to have launched their own streaming service, and we know nothing about it. We don't even know if it's going to be bundled with Netflix. We have no idea. So we don't know. But you got to do something, because you do have some good content out there, but you understand you just can't rely on original content. You can't rely on that, because you're going to be losing money. You need to bring in some stuff that's going to be worth something to watch, because not a lot of people like Stranger Things. I'm just saying. There are some people that do, and I'm one of them that loves that literally loves Stranger Things. I love the show to death. And I can give you 13 reasons why. Ah. And that's another show that I like. I haven't seen BoJack Horseman. I'm going to watch it, but I like that other show there. You know which one? Disenchanted. I love that one. What's that other one? Um, the fuck? The Umbrella Academy. I like that one. I actually saw 10 episodes. Um, Orange is the New Black. I love that show. F is for Family. I kind of like that show. That show is actually pretty good. Um, Damn, what the hell? Like I said, I haven't seen BoJack Horseman, but I will. I saw Voltron, the reboot. It was actually really good, as well as Danger Mouse. I'm glad that they have the original one. What about Banana Man? Everybody forgets about Banana Man. Um, what the hell? Where the hell is it? I am really cool. I am really excited that you did put all the Power Ranger shows on there, as well as Pee Wee's Playhouse. Oh, what the hell? I'm really mad right now. Oh yeah, Paradise PD. Oh, Big Mouth. There it is. Big Mouth and Paradise PD. Those are funny shows. I mean, but those are fine. But you need to put in some. You need to put in some stuff that people can watch. You know that people will watch instead of just original content, because you're just gonna bore your audience. You know, you got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Why not Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory? I'm just saying. You got Hotel Transylvania 3, but not the first two. You have all the Indiana Jones movies. You have Casper. You have the two Cloudy with Chance and Meatballs. You have Despicable Me 3, but not the first two. You have Shrek the Musical. But not all the other Shrek movies. You have the animated TMM Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but not the first original 3 Turtles movies. Ooh, you have Harry and the Hendersons. Okay. Oh, okay, so you got American Tail. Okay. The hell? Pokemon the... Pokemon the movie I Choose You. When Ash tries to pick his first Pokemon on his birthday, he ends up with a stubborn Pikachu, and they embark on a journey to find the legendary Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's another thing. You had the Pikachu. You have the original Pokemon series, but not all of the Pokemon series. And that is pretty cool that you have Caddyshack in there too. So you have the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, but not the Legend of Zelda. I'm just saying. So, but it is spot on that you have Monty Python's Flying Circus in all their movies. So that is actually pretty cool. so, yeah, like I said, Netflix, start talking with Warner Brothers. Start bring and let's you two get together, please. Let's make something happen here. Come on. You see what Disney Plus is doing. You see what NBC is going to be doing. I don't know if they're going to still keep the stuff on Netflix. I don't know. But if you're just going to keep on doing original products, I'm telling you, you're going to lose a lot more customers. I'm just saying. You need more. You need some classic content in there as well too that people used to grow up watching. I'm just saying. You know, you need that balance. Okay, you need that balance. You have Fuller House, but not Full House. Just putting it out there. I gotta watch Full House on Hulu. But here's something very interesting that just been announced today. Remember Smallville? Remember Smallville? I remember. Well, remember who played Clark Kent / Superman in Smallville? Well, Tom Welling. Yeah, Tom Welling will portray Superman. Will be wearing the Superman outfit once again in the Arrowverse crossover. The actor is set to reprise his role as Smallville's Clark Kent in the upcoming Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover for CW. And I cannot wait. Now you see, you have all the stuff from CW. You see where I'm getting at, folks? You see how they can have DC content on Netflix, and I'm really looking forward to this. See, Netflix. Hello. You see where I'm getting at, folks? You can wait. They have Supergirl. They have Arrow. They have the Flash. They have the the Defenders. They have those. So let's work with something. Come on, DC Universe. I'm also talking to you, Warner Brothers. I'm talking to you. Let's talk some numbers with Netflix. You know, have that competition once again between Netflix and Hulu, Warner Brothers and Disney. Marvel versus DC. Come on, let's make something happen. Come on, we can get this done. We can. And Sony, come into the party too. You're more than welcome. I'm telling you that right now. Just come on. Unless, of course, you decide to go with Disney. I'm just putting it out there. Let's make something happen, folks. Come on. Let's do something. So yeah, that is pretty good. That Smallville is that, Smallville. So yeah, even Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow, Green Arrow, actually tweeted out earlier that there'd be no crossover without Tom Welling. So Tom Welling is in the crossover. So and Stephen Amell actually was listening to the fans on this. It's like it makes perfect sense. I mean, Tom Welling as Superman, he was actually pretty good. I'm surprised, I'm even surprised that they didn't continue with Tom Welling as Superman in the movies. I'm just putting it out there. Continue it on. We could have had a better Superman movie of Man of Steel. I'm just saying. You can still have Man of Steel, but think about it, would have been a lot better. it is a guilty pleasure that I do have, but you know. So yeah. So yeah, that is actually pretty good. So did anybody watch Nostalgia Critic yesterday? I mean, it's his latest episode is still up now, but um I watch it every Wednesday when they upload it to YouTube every Wednesday. And and if you have not seen it yet, do so. It's one hell of a review. It is by far the best review that he's done this year. That Nostalgia Critic has done this so far this year. It's by far the best episode, in my opinion. Um, it's got the lead singer of Slipknot in there. Um, they're reviewing Pink Floyd's The Wall. Go and check it out. It is amazing. It really is amazing. Definitely, it's worth watching. Not right now because my show's not over yet. But I just wanted to say, don't watch it right now because, I mean, yeah, it's a hell of a lot better than this episode. I'm obviously, there's no way for me to top that. But don't tell him I said so. But yeah, I give shout outs to Channel Awesome. Those guys are amazing over there. I mean, I shot them a hell of a lot of times on my channel. So yeah, but it's definitely worth checking out. I'm actually going to watch that episode again because that review was actually really good, really really good. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. So yeah, a porn star died the other day. Adult film star Jessica James dies at age 43. So no word on the cause of death. There is a so yeah, there's no word on the cause of her death. It was coming from TMZ. All we know is that she was found unconscious, and authorities then received a cardiac arrest call. So the report also lists the death as having been classified as natural. So she may have died of natural causes. So we won't know. Wow. And I have seen some of her work, and she really is a very, very popular porn star. And I've been meaning to comment on the porn industry. No, I don't want to. No, I'm not saying that I'm interested in being a porn star. I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, all kidding aside, because a while back, another porn star was shared how much she was actually making as a porn star. So, I've been meaning to talk about that for a while now. But yeah, it's sad. Jessica James, I have seen her work, and she's very good, and very famous porn star. So yeah, she's going in the Channel X Hall of Fame, and my condolences to the family and her friends and everything. I share my heartfelt condolences and everything, and very very sad, very very sad, and So yeah, she's going to be the latest inductee of the Channel X Hall of Fame as well. Nick Carter files a restraining order against his own brother Aaron, and this is coming from U.S. News. The Backstreet Boys member Nick Carter said that he and his sister Angel decided to file the restraining order in the light of Aaron's increasingly alarming behavior. Nick accused his brother of threatening his wife and unborn child, an allegation Aaron denied. So, wow. 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 So this is the report that Nick addressed. He goes and says, after careful consideration, my sister Angel and I regret that we were required to seek a restraining order against our brother Aaron today. In light of Aaron's increasingly alarming behavior and his recent confession that he harbors thoughts and intentions of killing my pregnant wife and unborn child, we were left with no choice but to take every measure possible to protect ourselves and our family. We love our brother and truly hope he gets the proper treatment he needs before any harm comes to himself or anyone else. Aaron, oh Aaron. Anybody gets that reference, then I'm shocked. So he goes and tweets out a couple days ago. So my brother just got a restraining order against me and I was just served. LOL. Take care, Nick Carter. We're done for life. He says that he also says that he hasn't seen him in 4 years and I don't intend. Wow. Wow. Holy shit. Holy shit. So apparently he was in. So apparently he was on. He was on under. He was on he did some rehab. He was. Looks like he was ODing on drugs and shit. Holy shit. Wow. Man, I was living under a rock all this time, hey? Well, Aaron, oh Aaron. So here's some fun news. A car plows into the lobby of Trump Plaza in New Rochelle, New York. The Trump Plaza Hotel. I wonder how it came out, you know. Luckily nobody was injured, but I think I have an idea how this turned out. The driver wanted to know where the lobby was, and Trump said, "Down the hall and to the left." I'm just putting it out there, folks. And speaking of Donnie, let's have some fun. Because we have another hurricane watch going on here, and who better to who better to talk about the hurricane than our good friend Donald Trump. Well, he's not my friend. He may be your friend. I don't know. So let's see. Where's the hurricane at now? So it's Humberto. Okay, so it's passing Cuba, and like it's going to be hitting Cuba soon. It's in Puerto Rico right now. So yeah. So here we go. We're gonna do the weather report with Donnie. So everybody hates it when I do it, but it's worth it. I don't mind. So, but before we do that, you know, we gotta get start a proverb. And now, Channel X News. The weather report with Donald Trump. Oh, hi. I'm Donald Trump, President of the United States of America. And here we are, we have our weather report. We got Hurricane Humberto. And you can see right there where it is. It's right there. It's going to be hitting Alabama any minute now. See, here's Alabama. See, we got another storm coming in. It's going to definitely hit Alabama soon, too. So, Alabama, be very careful out there. We're going to get some nasty storms out there. And Hurricane Humberto, you got to be careful. So, start locking up everything. Go into the shelters because Hurricane Humberto is coming your way. In Connecticut, like I care, it's cold, but quite comfortable. Back to you, Tom Dog. Thank you, Donnie. Mikey, write it down. So there we go, Donnie Chump with the weather. The offer still stands there, Lauren. Let's make something happen. Come on. I want to be the next Donald Trump. I can shave all this off. I don't have a problem with that. I can do it. Give it to him. He can do this. He has no problem doing this. He makes a fool out of himself on here each and every week. I don't find him to be that funny. He spouts out fake news. Fake news. Oh, and the other day was National Cheeseburger Day. I had myself a Whopper. It was impossible for me to finish. It is what it is. Well, that's pretty much all the time I have for today. I think I've overstayed my welcome. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We love it when you guys are tune in. If you don't see it live, it's always good that you do get to see it after. But it's better live. Just putting it out there. So, anywho, thank you all so much for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. If you missed any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. thumbs up the video if you like it. Comment down below. This week's comment of the comment discussion. What do you think the mystery Oreos taste like? What do you think the mystery Oreo flavor is? So yeah, comment down below. What do you think about? Also, a follow up too was like, what do you think about Peacock? Oh, I can't leave yet. I forgot to talk about one other thing. I can't do that yet. What am I saying? What the hell's the matter with me? I'm gonna leave it on the I'll do a follow up. I'll do the channel extra. So be on the lookout for that. So yeah, comment down below what you think about what you think the mystery flavor for this year's mystery Oreo is. Comment down below. Also, follow up. What do you think about Peacock? NBC Universal's streaming service Peacock. What do you think? Are you gonna get it? Are you gonna watch some of the shows? You're gonna check them out. I gotta clean up some spider webs over there. Ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified of what I'm going to be doing next. Also, for all you for all the new folks that are stopping by for the first time, first off, welcome. And if you are new and you like what you see and you want to see more of it, all you have to do is one little thing that I see each and every single night, and I would love you for it if you do. Face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. Until then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace.